What is up, everyone? My name is Guillaume, this is Thomann's Guitars and Basses, and in today's episode of Hit the Tone, we're talking about Long Train Running by the Doobie Brothers. Hey, what is up, guys? Hope you're having a great day today. Welcome to this new episode of Hit the Tone on Thomann's Guitars and Basses. And as you've seen in the title, on the thumbnail, and the pre-intro and the playing on the intro, today we're tackling the song Long Train Running by the Doobie Brothers, starting with our guitar. And it's a fairly obvious choice, at least for the studio recording, to say that, you know, it's fun guitar. There's a very strong chance that it's going to be a Fender Stratocaster in the fourth position, the Corey Wong position. So this is why I chose this guitar today. That being said, live, they've been using a lot of Strats, a lot of Tellys, a PRS as well, with like split humbucker. There's really not like one good option for that song. I think as long as you have a single coil type of sound, preferably like an in-between position, like either the fourth or the second position, you should be just about fine. But with that said, let's have a look at the amp and pedal setup. Because that's what's going to make the biggest difference. We're talking about fun guitar and one of the absolute staples of fun guitar playing. And it's a good example of just how much compression you're going to need on your guitar. That's why today I'm using the Wampler Ego compressor, which is one of my favorite. That's the mini version. So instead of having full-on knobs for the attack and the tone, you have mini toggle switches. And I'll be running that pedal into a Fender amp. This is the Blues Deluxe clean, no reverb, no nothing. Again, not mandatory. I think that but like most compressors would definitely do the trick for that. Even just clean boost. What you want to do is just like squish your guitar sound and maximize, just get rid of any sort of headroom that you have in your amplifier. But, you know, historically, it would be some sort of a compressor pedal or compressor board and an American sounding type of amp. There'll be a link in description with a bunch of alternatives if you're looking for a compressor pedal or maybe a new amp or maybe a new guitar, whatnot. I'll put everything in the description box. And before we move on, just to give you a point of reference, I'm going to play through the amp clean and then I'll turn on the compressor so that you guys can hear the difference. Obviously, there's the elephant in the room, the massive volume boost, the amount of punch and just like that you add to your sound. Obviously, the picking noise is going to come out a lot more. What the compressor does is just like evens out everything that's coming through it. So all the noises are going to be more present, but some of them are good noises, like noises that you want in your sound. But it just makes the whole thing a lot more consistent, and you have that feeling of like, you know, the train's going and everything is just like moving forward. Like, I really like that sound. I'm going to stick with it, and we're going to go on the final part of that video, which as usual is the most important, and is how to play the lick. For that particular song, your guitar is going to be tuned in E standard, nothing fancy there. It's mostly going to be bar chords, but let's have a closer look at how to play it exactly. Now, the chords in themselves are not really complicated. They're kind of just single, simple bar chords, and yeah, you have some modulations here and there, but nothing too fancy. The complicated part about that kind of guitar playing is definitely the picking side of it. Now, There's no real trick. What you want to do is be as consistent as possible. The compressor is going to help even out all of that and your, the different sort of levels of variations in your attack. But it's not going to do everything. It's doing a lot of lifting, but some of it is still on you to control and be just about as consistent as you possibly can with your picking to make sure that those sounds become a rhythm. They become like, as I said, I didn't say that, Corey Wong did say that. Once you get that train running, you really want to make it a rhythmical centerpiece, like the part of what you'd have on the drums or what the bass would sound like, just like hold up the rhythm. Really focus on that. Obviously, if you're not familiar with bar chords, that's going to take a while to get used to. I know they can be kind of tricky in the beginning, so work on them individually to make sure that you can switch from one to the next as quickly and cleanly as you possibly can. And then, focus on that one and just get that going, as long as it takes for you to be as consistent as possible. I'm not a funk player, so this is definitely my best attempt. There's way better than that out there, but yeah. I think that's it, guys. You have all the tools you need to hit the tone on Long Train Running by the Doobie Brothers. As usual, I hope that you enjoyed that video, that you maybe learned something or at least had some fun. If so, please consider liking it and subscribing to the channel so you don't miss out on what's coming next. Take care of yourselves and keep making music. I'll catch you next Monday. Peace.